So, Nintendo conference.
The worst one.
The worst one, even though that they had, I would supposedly say, the biggest of the 3 reveals.
If you say so.
Well, this is where our opinions differ a little bit.
Okay, I want to hear what sounds good about the Wii U.
Right, yeah, so...
Other than it's a fun noise to make.
Straight to the heart of the point.
Yeah, because the rest of the
console,
there is no point talking about the rest of the conference, because A, they never did a single live stage demo, and B, they only had, what's his name, Miyamoto on the stage plugging Zelda orchestral CDs.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm a little bit annoyed about how shit that conference was? Okay, carry on, right, go on then, defend the Wii U. Do your best.
Yeah, so it's not actually like a new generation console. It's like just basically a current generation console, but their second attempt at one, is the way that I look at it.
Yes,
so
I would
I'm
agree,
not looking at it to improve on the graphics of this current generation.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't. Fair
it doesn't,
to say.
Correct, yeah.
Although the only real evidence we have of that is that bird flying around tech trailer thing.
That tech demo, which, I mean, if you remember the Xbox tech demo...
Yes, there is that. Something that has been brought up is the GameCube tech demo that showed what the Zelda game for that was supposed to look like. And
I can't believe I forgot about that, yeah.
So okay, it's fairly safe to say that, graphically it's not going to be like a big badass.
No, it is not. It's going to be almost as good as the current generation.
And I'm okay with that.
It's about time. It's about time they caught up. Okay, if they, in that sense, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay if it's about the same sort of thing. But what I do like is some of the things that you can do with their new controller. Now, I was saying before about gimmicky things like the Kinect and the Move and all that sort of stuff that it feels too much like a gimmick and there's no real reason to use it. But some of the stuff that you can use with a tablet-style controller, that acts as an independent screen as well.
You are one in the million people who has any real need for that.
But it's not...
The average person does not.
The fact that you can use it as a screen, fair enough, right? We're discussing about the ability for me to use that and for somebody else to use the TV. Maybe I am one in a million on that regard, but what I was thinking more is like the actual application of playing multiplayer games or even single player games and stuff like that.
Are you going to say like if you need the toilet you can take your Wii U
you
can take your Wii U to do a Wii
and you really don't want to die and lose your kill
you really
streak,
don't want to give up that camping spot because you've got a good kill streak going and
but you're absolutely bursting for shit, so you just get up. You
make like a real life sniper and just go.
And muting your microphone is optional. No, that's not. That was my first sort of thought. Oh, that might be quite cool, but that isn't really my main focus of that anymore. Now,
right.
People have been talking about like game concepts and stuff, and there's the obvious where instead of having your menu come up in front of the screen, the menu comes up on this little tablet in front of you, which is quite cool.
Dreamcast did it,
but that's been done. It's not really that big a deal. But what we were looking at the other day is that you could have. They were talking about how like the problem is going to be that you only really can at the moment use one of these controllers with it. But the concept is put forward where there's like a hide and seek game, right? Now this isn't like anything graphic. This is just like as a
they didn't have any tech demo. Well, they had the tech demo and nothing else.
They had no games.
They actually put up like conceptual screenshots and pictures.
And conceptual
that's how desperate they were.
Used PS3 or Xbox pictures. It wasn't footage used from the console at all. It was from pictures from the Xbox and so on. But anyway, the concept behind this game was that it was like hide and seek, and you play it with 4 players. 3 out of the 4 people are running around using the main big telly in the room, using Wii remotes or whatever, trying to find on a map. You can have this in Wii graphics, shit graphics, whatever. They're running around trying to find the 4th person. The 4th person is using the screen so that he can see where he is
while sitting on the toilet.
He could be sitting on while taking a dump, while driving.
Can you honestly see yourself spending an evening like that? Honestly, I mean, okay, if you have a bunch of kids, I suppose.
Yeah, but that was just like one idea of something that, I mean, remember like watching other people's screens when playing GoldenEye, and it made it really easy, especially if you were playing against rookies and stuff, and you knew where they were on the map, even when they didn't.
Yes,
that eliminates that sort of element from. I mean, obviously you're not playing that same sort of game, but that removes, it adds that sort of element to the game that you didn't have before, where one person can have a separate screen within the same household.
And so would Sony's TV, technically, because you'd be wearing the glasses and you'd only see your half, etc.
That's their alternative to it. I prefer their alternative to that. But what I was getting at is that's an interesting concept. It sounds like there are more things that you will be able to implement, like really in games, using the tablet as opposed to the gimmicky sort of move where it's like, well, why can't I just sit down and aim with a joystick rather than stand up and try to aim with a gun?
The one aspect of it I thought I liked but then realised I misunderstood was I thought it was a self-contained console / handheld. I thought because it said you can stream wirelessly to anything, so I thought, oh great, it's a portable console essentially. You can stream to anything that has that capability. Right, and then it turns out no, it's not. It is just a pad, and there is a box that actually looks like the first generation of 360s.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean the handheld itself looks like a 3DS and a Sony PSP had a bastard child.
And called it Bob.
Yeah.
Really, realistically, the Nintendo thing only really came out to be like the Wii U. That was about it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That I can think
the
of.
Wii U.
Even the name is fucking stupid.
Oh, that's a thing I can complain about. The first thing that Reggie blah 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 Nintendo Face said when he came onto stage was "look" in a really aggressive way. I thought, don't start us. And then he went on to say "look," and then he tried to justify the 3DS not doing so well, and then pointing out the gamers are wrong for not buying it, which was very stupid. And then when he was about to reveal the Wii U with Iwata, whoever his name is, he got the crowd ready for it being a stupid name. He started saying, do you remember when we said Wii and people thought, how stupid is that? And then they thought it was okay when you started hearing it. And paused briefly there to try and imagine when that was. Did you ever think Wii was a good name?
I never thought. I actually remember, and they were talking about the code name was Revolution, and I thought, that's actually all right. That's fine. And even as a code name, that was cool. It was okay.
And the thing that I think most annoys me about it is because their justification for the Wii U, I think, is because it puts the U in there, and they want to get the player more involved, etc. And that means they're using U instead of YOU. And as we already know from a previous podcast, that makes me murder, death, kill.